Welcome. What it do?
What's up, everybody? We're back in the building as always. Say Like a Champ, episode 95. What is
Episode
good?
95. It's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Strizzy in the building. What's up, man?
Man, it's another crazy week. You know, time is still flying by. And I'm just happy to be back with you, though, man. I haven't really talked to you since the show last week, so
Yeah.
Happy to catch up with you, and definitely a lot of different interesting things going on in the world of sports. That's for sure.
Yeah, I've been trying to hold out, man. Like, you know, so I know we haven't talked since like last Tuesday. I've been trying to hold out a little bit, trying to keep it under wraps a little bit because a lot of stuff happened in the last week, especially in the NBA playoffs. So yeah. I've actually been like excited to get to this episode to talk about some of this stuff. It's been crazy.
Yeah, it has, absolutely. And then other than that, though, too, the weather has been crazy. We had a little heat wave. But I think there's been a heat wave going across the country, but especially here in Arizona. It was kind of brutal this last weekend. We made it through. And also I did want to say this last weekend was Father's Day. Definitely give a big shout out for all the fathers out there, including my brother Strizzy, including Mad Marcus, and of course including Pops, who just checked in. What's good, Pops?
Absolutely.
And also Kelly in the building. She says, can't believe how fast y'all are flying towards 100 episodes.
Man.
It's going to be here pretty soon, and I've been having some different ideas, some different thoughts about what we'll do. So we're going to definitely make that one a little bit special for sure. So with that being said, YouTube disclaimers, don't be afraid to hit the like button. Don't be afraid to comment. We love to interact with you guys during the show, or even if you're watching the show later, or if you're listening to it on Apple Podcasts or any type of podcast feed, we put it out that way too. So it's out there. We appreciate y'all for tuning in, and yeah, I think that's about it. We can do the double intro thing and really make this thing official.
Absolutely.
Let's get it.
Like a referee was.
All right, now it's official.
Absolutely.
Say Like a Champ, episode 95. It's your boy A-Dub.
And your boy Strizzy. Welcome back, everybody.
And before we get too far into this, we do want to welcome our man in here, Marcus, the super producer. What it do? Uh-oh. He wasn't ready. Well, we'll welcome Stephanie Washington in real quick.
Absolutely.
She said, hey, y'all. And then we'll get Marcus in here in just a second. I wonder what happened, though. He was just with us backstage.
He was.
So I don't know what happened there, but we're definitely excited to hear from him because he was on the golf course with our other slacker, Trevor, too.
Yep.
So I definitely want to hear how their game turned out last week when we get into it. But in lieu of that, we'll go ahead and get into our first topic. This will be kind of SLAC Express. We know we got a lot of stuff going on tonight and things like that. So it'll be a little bit quicker. We'll go ahead and do our thing. What's up next?
Oh, let's check it out, man, real quick.
Now tuned to NFL Talk.
Let's get it.
NFL Talk. As we always say, right now we're in the thick of the offseason. There's still a little bit of news here and there. But still some stories to break. Aaron Rodgers, no news really there. But there are a couple different things. I forgot to talk about this last week, but Madden had kind of done a tease of what their cover was going to be about. And they had actually a couple goats running around on the farm. And this was like last week this time I meant to mention on the show. But now since then, they've actually unveiled they're going to have a Madden cover featuring what they're saying are two GOATs, which is Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes. I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on this. What do you think about them kind of putting those two together?
It's crazy. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, there's no doubt what Patrick Mahomes has been able to do, you know what I mean, over the last short period that he's been a starter in the league, you know what I mean? Like, you know, AFC Championship to Super Bowl to Super Bowl again, losing the Super Bowl, you know what I mean? Like in such a very short time. But it's like one of those things where it's like when it's all said and done and he hangs it up, will he be the best to ever do it? Maybe. But do you put him as a GOAT right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know if I had him GOAT. I'm not GOATing him just yet. You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Tom out there, like, but.
Right, and it depends on how you're judging. If you're judging based off potential, like, yeah, you can say that, or if you're judging based off projections. But I kind of agree with you. Like, I don't want to give him too much GOAT status yet, because even though what we've seen basically in his like 3 years as a full-time starter, like I want to see even more. I want to see this for 10 years. I want to see this for a long time coming. And so to have him with Brady, it's cool. It's like that juxtaposition between somebody that's going to probably most likely do this as long as everything works out, and somebody who kind of did it on the low and has 6 Super Bowl rings. So that's pretty crazy. So we'll see, but I think it's kind of cool. But Madden's always trying to do something to drum stuff up. I have to be honest. I don't keep up with the Madden as much as I used to. Like, I used to be all in, but it's kind of not the same anymore. Yeah,
it's been a couple of years since I've been like super Madden crazy. But yeah, I'm the same way, man. Before I was like every year to get the new Madden.
Right. Yeah, and I would be setting up my franchise and stuff, and all that. So, things change and stuff. Now, most of my video games stay in the box for whatever reason. I still buy them, but I don't play them. But yeah, we'll see if I get this Madden. I'm not sure.
Right.
So we have Grace in the building. What's up? What's up? Welcome to the show.
Hello, Grace.
Appreciate you coming through.
Absolutely.
So one other thing though we did that was big news yesterday. Actually, Carl Nassib of the Raiders, he came out with an announcement. He came out as being gay. He did a short video on social media, just kind of like, kind of speaking his truth. And then there's been a lot of reactions since. But I just want to say that is commendable for him. Like, definitely. And I think it's a good thing. I think I look forward to a time where we don't really that doesn't have to be a big deal. So
exactly. I think that was the biggest. I think one of the biggest comments. I think JJ Watt said it when he was commenting. He was one of the big stars to reply to it and saying, I can't wait for a day, just like you said, to where this isn't, big news, where this isn't something that's like, oh, we got to get this out. Like, he came out as the first like active gay player in the league. But I think it is. It's a huge deal. Super proud of him for it. I know it's not easy, playing in a league that's all men, in that sense, whereas you don't know how your teammates are going to come about.
And it's like it's a brutal league,
Exactly, 100%. So super proud of him, man. I think that's hopefully it leads to other players who are in the league who are also gay, who can, give them the courage to kind of come out and do the same thing. So like I said, so it's a lot more normalized, so it's not such big news when NFL players come out as gay.
Yeah. All right, no, I definitely wanted to get your take on that one. It looks like Marcus is tapped in. I think he's ready. I think I'm gonna bring him in real quick.
Okay, in the building.
What's good? Welcome to the show.
What's up, man? Always something gonna happen.
I know we're completely connected, but that's how it is. It's always tricky. But
it was me last week, what I'm saying? So yeah, it happens.
But definitely wanted to. We're just doing NFL talk. We're just talking about the Madden cover with Brady and Mahomes, and then Carl Nassib's announcement yesterday as well. So,
I don't know, that Madden thing. I didn't like the 2 GOATs thing. I don't think he's a GOAT yet. Like, right. So that's the only thing. I don't know. It's cool. It could have been like 2 great. I don't know. It could have been 2 GOATs. I don't think he's a GOAT. If something happened to him right now, he's not going to be a GOAT. And GOAT, like great of all time. I mean, you got to be better.
It's more for like when you're done or when you're close to done. It's not when you're like in your prime.
And exactly. I know we shouldn't always say somebody can't do something, but I just don't think he'll do what Tom Brady did. So I don't know. GOAT to me is they use it so freely now, but to me, I agree. It should be Boats or something like that, but he's not the GOAT. He'll never be the GOAT.
The GOAT thing is like, since it's like all of a sudden become fun to say, like it's always kind of been around, but over the last like 2-3 years or whatever, it's been like a new kind of thing. So, I don't really get down with that either. Yeah. But yeah.
What's up?
A couple other things. I think the Washington football team, they actually tried to apply for a trademark to keep Washington football team, and that was denied.
Really?
Apparently, that dude that bought up all the trademarks, he had that one too. But they're also saying that he's in line for that one, but it hasn't been granted yet because they're saying it's just too general of a area and a sport. So basically, for now, everybody can print that stuff and without recourse.
They just haven't gave him the right number. That's all. You write the right check, and I'm pretty sure he'll give it to you.
Yeah. Well, so we'll see what happens with that. But for now, the yet to be permanently named Washington football team, I thought they were just going to stick with that. And the fact that they filed the patent, maybe they were going to, but we'll see what happens now. They still got to change up again. And then, Anthony Weston in the building. Definitely got to welcome him in. What's good?
What's up, man?
My fellow AW. So a couple other things, and these are like troubling things, but I just want to talk about them real quick and then kind of get it out of the way for NFL talk because there's not too much going on. But Clark from the Kansas City Chiefs, he was arrested on Sunday, I think it was, with a Uzi in the car. He was pulled over for a violation, and then they saw that he had an Uzi in the car. And to me, I'm just like, you're a football player, you have money, but like, why do you got to be riding around like that? He was also arrested in March for having loaded weapons on him. So it's just like, you got to stop that. And then on the other side, this Minnesota Vikings rookie, his name is Jalen Twyman. He was shot 4 times in the car outside of his aunt's house. And he's expected to make a full recovery. But I'm just like, you have both of these stories at the same time. It's like, to me, it doesn't make any sense. But
going back home, man. You go back home, people going to be jealous. It's still going to happen. It should be a rule like you shouldn't. I guess you can't say you can't go back home, but it's just like certain places. I don't know, man. I don't know how you were brought up. That's how you gotta go back home. But I just wish they can do something different with that stuff, man. But
yeah, I agree. I mean, it's like, especially though as you grow older, I think we get different perspective or whatever on different things. When we were kids, everything was cool and everything. Everybody wanted to be Tony Montana or whatever, but it's like that's not real life, and especially when you've achieved that much for yourself and your family, like.
But isn't it like training camp stuff going on? Why is he at home anyway? Is he from Minnesota?
Yeah, I don't know because OTAs were like last week, but I don't know if they've wrapped up and there's like a break in between now and then. I'm not exactly sure. They might have had a little bit of time right now, so we'll see.
Good thing he recovering from it because when I first seen it, I was like, oh man, I hope he didn't die. And I see that he was recovering from it. So
they said he was going to be okay.
Because I think about Sean Taylor when I think about that. I'm like, man,
right. Yeah, and it's just life is too precious, whether you're a big time superstar or not, But Drew Rosenhaus is his agent, and he tried to say, well, it's mostly like superficial exit wounds. I'm thinking there's nothing superficial about getting shot 4 times to me. Like
shot one time,
right?
Like, for real.
Yeah.
For real.
So he was trying to kind of downplay it, but I'm like, that's nothing to downplay. Like that's pretty serious. But we'll see. Anthony Weston says he's monitoring the situation, see if they might cut Frank Clark. I don't know if that'll happen, but we'll see. I guess how it comes through in the court system and everything like that. But it's just unfortunate. It's like it's not necessary.
It's just again dumb stuff. I mean, stuff that you don't need. Like you don't need that in your background right now. Like you don't need anything like that following you either. Like it's come on, man.
But yeah. So I think that's all we had for NFL talk. Though we'll keep that one brief.
I had one thing I was gonna get your opinion on. You guys see the top 5 running backs that came out today?
Oh no, there was an
they had Nick Chubb is at 5. They have Devin from what's his name? Devin from Minnesota. What's his
Dalvin Cook?
Devin Cook. Yeah, Cook. He's at 4. Then you got they got CMC's at number 3. No. I'm sorry. Kamara's at number 3, and then they got CMC at 2, and they got Henry at 1. I know a couple years ago they had Zeke somewhere in there, but Zeke not even on the top 5 now. I'm like, dang.
He's kind of fallen out a little bit. I mean, I think just the last 2 seasons, but I think that's primarily why. But if he can get back with that, getting back and just kind of getting back to the old Zeke, I think he'll pop right back up.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked to see Westcomb. I don't know. I thought he would be better than Chubb, but I don't know. Maybe he had a better season last year, or something like that. But
I mean,
Chubb had a monster season.
you know how I feel about Chubb. But being a Georgia boy, but I would put Zeke in the top 5. I would probably put Zeke even, I don't know, maybe even close to Cook. I think even Kamara, it's kind of weird. I think CMC and Henry are the top tier, but they're both top for different reasons. CMC has the versatility. Henry's just a monster.
But
After that, there's a bunch of guys.
But CMC also, I was surprised to see him that high too, because he get injured a lot too. So we'll see how it goes. So,
yeah.
He only got injured last year. Last year was his only real injury.
But did he get hurt the year before that too? I don't think it was long, but no, he played a full year.
Yeah, he made it the whole season. The season before that was his year where he broke all the records.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's right.
So,
he was in the.
If I'm looking at this list though, because like I would keep Chubb probably at 5. I would probably kick Kamara out, honestly, and put Zeke back up there. I'm kind of known for not being the biggest Kamara fan, not because he's a Saint running back. But
I think that's why he's up there, because he's all around back too. He can do both too. So because Zeke never
a runner as much. Like he has yet to break 1,000 yards rushing.
Yeah, but he does other stuff in the offense. Like Zeke is not that type of throw on the backfield. But I think we should do that this year. I think we should surprise people with that. I think his rookie year when they did run against Steelers.
The Steelers one was
that was so nice, man. So I think it should do that a little bit more. So
yeah.
But that's all I was thinking. If you guys in that a little bit, so.
Yeah.
I like Chubb. I think Chubb definitely. I think he belongs up there. He's been a monster, and I think part of that is hidden a little bit because when they do pass quite a bit, and Hunt takes some of his carries, and he still produces like crazy. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I feel like Chubb, if he was like full time. Without Hunt being there, like he could probably smooth up to like 2 or 3, honestly.
And I think it's kind of that too. Plus his personality, he's very low key. I think that he never really tries to call too much attention to himself. So he's not that type of player, but he's doing his thing. That's for sure.
I love his rookie year when they did the Browns on I think HBO or something like that. When he got to the airport and dude was like looking at him, he was like, "You look like you like play ball or something." He was like, "I play a little bit." He was so chill, yeah. He was so nonchalant about it. He was like, "Yeah, I play a little bit."
Yeah, it was dope. So he's really cool. But that's an interesting one. We should do some more like on the defensive side too, like going through top cornerbacks or safeties and things like that. We'll try to get ourselves prepared for the season.
Yeah, we do.
But for now, I think we'll go ahead and move on to this because I know we got a lot for this next topic. All right, NBA talk. We're going to take a look at the playoff bracket in just a second here. But before we do that, I just want to get a quick couple news things out of the way. One thing, LaMelo Ball did win Rookie of the Year since we spoke last. You know who I was going for again? Georgia Homer, you know what I'm saying?
I think it should have been Cole, at least. You're not going to give it to him. It should be Cole.
At the very least, should have been Cole.
Yeah. Because he was injured a lot, but when he was there, he definitely had the hype train. He definitely had the splashy plays. So I'm not surprised, but I was like, man, that would have been cool if Edwards could have got that.
I think it kind of sucks too, like for Edwards, because one, he did play the entire year, and I think he was
good.
He was the second leading scorer on their team with Russell and Cat. And Cat, even though the team itself played horribly, like when you look at Cat's stats, he still had a really big year individually. Individually. So it's like the rookie averaged like 20 points a game, couple assists, couple rebounds. You know what I mean? Played the whole year, didn't get injured. But again, like I think this time, because the rookie of the year, the one who wins it usually who scored the most points, right? MVP is like a real popularity contest, but I feel like rookie of the year this year is really popularity point. Melo being the more popular one. Not to say he didn't have a big year because he had a huge year. Yeah, I just think with him being injured, they could have at least done co-rookie instead of just giving it flat out to Melo because, you know what I'm saying? He was there all year, you know what I mean? So he balled out.
Anthony West says, how are they not better, Minnesota?
I don't know.
And Western Conference.
Yeah, that's probably perfect.
That's true. But yeah, did they win like?
That's a perfect answer, actually.
20 games? Like, did they even win 20 games? You know what I'm saying?
I
Like,
don't know.
In the East, they probably made the play in, so you never know.
yeah, it could have. I mean, they had 3 players. Like, Cat averaged over 20. I think AE averaged 20, and I think Russell averaged like 19 or something like that. So they had 3 players down there averaging 20 a game, and they just couldn't finish them.
Yeah.
Is
Shout out to Mom's in the building real quick. She said she's a Chubb girl.
Hey,
are they related? The guy from Denver and him, are they related? Any?
I think that they are like second cousins or something. It's
okay.
crazy though. Their story, like his family is like a descendant of like they have like this little town. It's like Chubb Town, and there's like a bunch of them.
Wow.
It's a pretty interesting story, and they have like a fire department and stuff. Yeah.
Wow.
But it's like it's kind of a crazy story. But they at one point had done like a little background thing on him. Something interesting to check out.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think they are related somehow.
That's dope.
So, all right. Other basketball news. Apparently, Becky Hammond is among the finalists for the Portland Trailblazers job.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be dope. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to see that.
That'd be dope for you because Dame would be out of there. That's why it's dope for you.
Right, exactly.
You know he's out of there going straight somewhere, Lakers somewhere. He's not gonna stay there for that.
I don't know. I don't think he might, but I just think it'd be pretty cool. She's cool.
Head coach. I just wish she could. I don't know. This is me. I just think she should have went WNBA and then do good there, then come to NBA. But come in there and being a head coach over people that should be coaches already, it shouldn't been. She shouldn't been in question to me.
Gotcha.
That's just my opinion. It's too many players, black coaches that should be considered. She should, to me, like I said, it'll be good for the sport, but not right now. Like let's other stuff happen first, then go with that. But that's kind of pushing.
Yeah, I feel your opinion.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see. I just think it'd be like at some point it's going to happen. So she might be a good candidate. She's probably going to be the first one.
She'll definitely be the first
at this point.
I like to see her. I like to see her doing it in San Antonio, though. You know,
that'd be tight too. Just take over for Pop.
Yeah,
you know.
But I feel like that's gonna be. Well, I don't know.
I don't know. Pop is kind of crazy. You know, at one point he might just be done with all this. So another season of losing like that, I don't know.
But I could see her doing San Antonio before she going anywhere else, though. It's cool that she's in the running, but I don't think she's gonna get it.
Yeah, but also coaching things. The Pelicans, they fired our boy
Stan
Van Gundy. Yeah. And I have to give a little bit of credit to Pops. He said that wasn't going to work. He was like, he'll be out of there. And apparently, though, they're still unhappy. Like several Pelicans on the roster are still unhappy with what's going on. So,
like Zion talking about leaving. I thought he didn't want to coach there, but I guess it's other stuff too. He still want to leave. Right. But I think Stan's a good coach. It's just that's a young team, so they don't understand his style. Like us, we don't understand how he does. How he's kind of dramatic a little bit. But those guys they're not used to that. So I think it's that young team that didn't accept him a little bit.
Sure.
But I'm pretty sure he'll go somewhere else, like maybe go back to Miami and do a little something like assistant coach like that. But I don't think that team was just too young for him.
Don't send him over here.
I think he'll do good. He did good when he was there. So I
wouldn't mind as assistant coach. I'm messing with you. But
did he win one with you guys like assistant coach? The first one with Dwayne Wade? Assistant coach?
I'd have to go back. He might have been an assistant on that team at that point in time. Yeah, I think he was an assistant on that team. But with Pat. I don't know, man. Like I feel like I think Becky would be great wherever she goes. Like you were saying, someone's gonna be the first woman coach, and it's probably definitely gonna be her. Mm-hmm. But I think Zion needs to kind of like sit down somewhere. He's been playing for the Pelicans for all of like 4 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, chill out. Like,
it's a new day. It's a new day for these players, though.
I get it, but it's like, cool. But man, like you went through like you're injured a lot your rookie season, damn near missed almost the whole year, missed a ton of games. One season, obviously, I don't think none of us really thought Van Gundy was really going to be like that guy for them. But get a new coach, try to figure it out. Your team's still really young. You guys have a ton of talent. You know what I mean? A ton of talent. Get the right coach and figure it out instead of already trying to jump ship.
But if he stays, he's gonna get booed though. Because he was trying to Zion. Because he's trying to leave.
That's all him.
I think it's gonna be kind of tough if he stay. I think he's out of there though.
And if he does stick it up to Marcus's point to stick with it, like they look what happened with AD, like they don't want to go down that road again. So they're like, let's just get what we can for him and get it, get it out of the way.
Yeah.
I don't know. That would be crazy though. I just want to see Zion continue to grow and get better and stuff and stay healthy. That's all I want to see from him. But other things, U.S. men's basketball, I keep forgetting that the Olympics, they're gonna put the team together. They're trying to put the team together still.
I'm surprised by the people who committed. I'm like, dang, wow, really? So it's gonna be a good team. They ain't losing.
Yeah. We gonna
the team they got right now, they're not losing. They're not losing.
We got smacked the last time.
Did we?
It should be.
Yeah.
I thought we won the last one.
No. That was with like Tatum and all them, all the young guns. No, they got.
No, but that was FIBA, right?
That was the FIBA.
It wasn't the Olympics. We won the Olympics.
Yeah, they got that.
But this team with Booker, AD, meaning Booker, KD, and Booker. I said Harden, all those guys. Dame.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna be nice this year.
It should be
They're gonna be fine. Kevin Love is going on. He going in for the ride. He like, let me get this goal real quick.
Oh really? He going on?
Yeah, Kevin Love is there too. I'm like, no, you ain't play all year. Like, what you don't play in the Olympics? Like, I was weak. He was
For
like,
my country.
I was surprised by KD going. You think LeBron would do it, or
Nah,
because he already did like 3, right?
Yeah.
He LeBron got to sit, man. He just got done complaining about the season being short and all that stuff. Like, nah, you better sit out somewhere, go heal up, go rest up,
lay down in the cryo chamber.
You know what I'm saying? Talking about on the Olympic team.
Okay, the last thing before we get into this is kind of interesting. So apparently the Harlem Globetrotters want to become a actual NBA franchise. They sent a letter to the NBA. And so I definitely want to get your guys' thoughts about this. This happened yesterday, and they're talking about if the NBA is ready when they're ready for expansion to have the Harlem Globetrotters be there. What do you guys think about that?
No comment.
As long as if they did become a franchise, as long as they continue to pass the ball around and play Sweet Georgia Brown and like do alley-oops only, then that'd be kind of interesting.
So they're gonna be based out in Harlem?
I think they would be in Harlem. Yeah, that would be New York's 13.
Stop it, go y'all. Stay where y'all at. Go to elementary schools and stuff like that, and show you things. Don't.
Yeah, I remember though going to see the Harlem Globetrotters.
I remember growing up, it was so like, hold on, oh, let's go. But like now, like
the poor Washington Generals, like 0-64, like they just lose every time the Washington Generals.
So how they gonna play? Because they don't play through the rules. All that stuff they be doing is travel.
No, they would just. They're saying like, let's just make it a real franchise and just call it that. But they would just be an actual team. So I don't know. Anthony Weston says Seattle or Vegas would make sense. Those are two places that are talking about getting new franchises, but they're going to get actual franchises.
I'm like,
not the Globetrotters. So anyway, so that's that. Let me see. Let me get this thing together.
Do we have to do this? Do we have to do this right now?
We have to do it. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
And it's gonna mess up again because I didn't do it before the show.
No, it's not. It's not. You said last time I didn't mess up. It's not gonna mess up this time. Let's get it.
Are we ready? Oh, see, it did it. But all I got to do is click it again. See, for some reason, when I first share it, it always goes back to my desktop. But it's probably something I'm doing wrong. Okay. Oh, Stephanie says the Big Three plays 6 of their season 4 games here now. Oh, wow. We should maybe check it out. I was actually thinking the other thing I was thinking about Vegas, though, is the Summer League.
I've always said work in media. What kind of media you gonna be doing? You need an assistant? I'll come down there and help you.
Stephanie Washington does media now, so
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so that would be dope. And especially if I can meet Ice Cube.
That's all I want to
really. That's
I don't care about nobody else.
Shoot, yeah.
Just meet Cube and we good. So you need me to carry your bags or anything, Stephanie?
I was about to say, Marcus will actually work. I'll carry some bags. I was like,
Marcus actually, yeah, he can help. He can do a badge. He can deserve a badge.
Oh,
and she just touched me for Orleans, so that's dope. Okay, so let's talk about this. Let's start with the Clippers and the Jazz. Since last time we talked, the Clippers actually beat the Jazz. They took them out, which was kind of surprising, but kind of not. Donovan Mitchell, he said that this loss is going to eat him up more than the Denver loss last year.
Wow.
But I wasn't totally surprised by Utah going down to the Clippers because I don't know.
I was surprised when Kawhi got hurt. They lost. If Kawhi would have played, I wouldn't be surprised. But
Got you.
I think Kawhi and Paul George stepped up and Jackson, so that was a surprise.
And Terrence Mann as well.
Terrence Mann, that dude. Wow.
It was weird because Kawhi played so well in Game 6, and then it came out of nowhere that all of a sudden he was going to be out, and now he's continued to be out. Obviously, Game 1 and Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. They need him for sure.
He's a robot, so maybe because I asked him after the game, he's like, "Oh, I'll be fine." So I thought, okay, cool. He just probably did something, but
he's
maybe maybe they had to do some kind of.
They got to change his oil or something.
Yeah, something's in there. Change some metal or something.
Yeah. It's funny too because one they were saying an injury to his ACL, right? So like obviously like ACL and Achilles, two biggest sports injuries out there. Like that gets torn, you're out for a year, right? And like we already know Kawhi's one of them dudes who's like, if I don't feel right, I'm not playing. So that's why when they came out and said he has an injury to his ACL, but didn't say that it was actually torn, I was like, oh, Kawhi gonna be out for a minute just because of himself. Like he ain't gonna risk tearing an ACL for a championship where he's already got 2. You know what I mean? Like I just felt like him himself would be like, nah, I'm cool, I'm cooling until I know for sure like what's going on with my knee. But I do agree. I think the Suns are good. They won that first game with LCP. I think the Clippers are going to need Kawhi to win that series. I'm with y'all. Like I'm a little bit surprised that Jazz lost, but not.
I wish the Jazz would. I think it would have been a better matchup against the Suns. But I think is going to happen. They're going to go down 0-2. I think if the Clippers win this game, pull it out, I think Kawhi will play in this game, but if they'll go out 0-2, I think he won't come back because he knows it's a wrap.
Depending on what happens. Gotcha.
Yeah, it won't matter because they go up 0-2. I think they're gonna sweep them. So I hate even talking about them.
The Suns are up 13-12 right now in the first quarter of that game. That game is underway in the Western Conference Final. But yeah, I mean, I think that the Jazz might have been a better matchup, but if Kawhi comes back, I think they could still do it. But it is interesting. The Suns are now basically the favorites based on the sporting odds.
In the West, right? Or the whole thing?
I think the whole thing based on the odds. I might have to double check that, but that's what I think.
But what they doing this year is the same thing the Warriors did the first year they played. Remember they played against three teams they had an injury, like the Grizzlies was injured. I think Mike Conley didn't play a series, and then the next one I think it was I forgot who they played. I think it was an injury too there, like Portland or somebody. Then they played the Lakers the Cavs in the finals, and they was injured. So they gonna probably get away with all these injuries, but hopefully they play Milwaukee and Milwaukee smack them. So we'll see.
We'll see. But the Valley is definitely excited about.
They are very excited. Very excited. I had one question too. How you guys feel about Devin Booker rewarding that one guy that got in the fight? He gave him tickets and everything.
Yeah, I definitely think that is terrible because like in not only Devin Booker co-signing that made it even worse because even before that the fans were like all posting all over social media like this dude's our hero. And I'm like, Suns fans, like, is that who you really want representing you? Like, come on. Like,
and look what happened Sunday. That big brawl.
Now Sunday there was a brawl after.
Exactly, another
and
one.
it's because you're rewarding this type of idiocy. Like it's ridiculous.
I think somebody in the front office should have told Booker, like, hey, I understand what you're doing, but don't, you know what I'm saying? Now, if he was getting beat up or something, he kind of revenged himself, then cool. But he was really in there, like,
right.
Dude, so it didn't look good.
Yeah. I
definitely agree, though. I don't think that's a good look, especially because I'm like, don't take this guy to be your hero. Like that's not prideful behavior.
But the weird thing too, I look at everything. It was kind of weird too that Devin Booker got him tickets. But if you seen him when people at the game were taking pictures with him and everything, he was kind of up there. He wasn't like lower level. I was like, come on, Booker, like
should have done him better.
Yeah, I think. You put a finance guy for me, so I'm thinking like, okay, he don't give him like courtside tickets or something. But he was kind of like up there. I'm like, dang, Booker, you didn't give him no good seats either. I'm like, that was kind of weird, but
but he was low on the priority list, I guess. I don't know.
Yeah, so
it was crazy though. They were showing it like Suns fans far and wide. Suns fans far and wide were taking selfies with this dude and seeking this dude out. I'm like, it's kind of embarrassing. Pop says it's stupid, and he said, and he is not the next Kobe. No such thing.
That's like weird. Like, why would you even say that? Like,
yeah,
what?
ever since like the Kobe wrote the Be Legendary for him, like before Kobe's like that was like Kobe's retirement year. Now all of a sudden they're trying to connect Kobe to him, and even when he was laying down and they had the picture of him like Kobe over him, I'm like, I don't get it, and I definitely think I agree with Pops. There's no such thing.
It's not even the same player though. You know what I'm saying? He is good. He got the little fight in him, but it's not even this. Like he's not even that guy like that. Like you need Chris Paul to get the. Kobe didn't need Chris Paul. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you're gonna be the next Kobe, you don't need a Chris Paul. Like next year, you guys gonna hit reality because the Warriors be back. Lakers be back, everybody be back, so we'll see how much Kobe. So I don't think he should have did that. That's weird. Kobe though, like come on, man.
Yeah, ESPN be doing the most.
No, it ain't ESPN. And Stephen A. He shouldn't have said that. Stephen A. been saying some crazy stuff, like some weird stuff. Like Donovan Mitchell is the best jazz player ever. Like what? Like come on.
But I think that's the thing too. Is he's got to do that stuff for ratings, and
you think so?
It'd be shocking. I think that's half of it at least.
Okay, that makes sense then. Cause I was just like, that's kind of weird though. I'm like, ugh. So I'm sorry. You go to the next round. So I was trying to avoid that.
Strizzy, did you want to wrap that up or no?
I was gonna say I completely agree with Anthony. You know what I mean? But he just said as far as next Kobe's a stretch. You know, Kobe was on all defensive teams too, not just scoring. Book's going to be great for years to come. You know what I mean? He's a great offensive scorer. He's one of like 3 players in the league, in my opinion, that has a great mid-range game. I feel like mid-range is a lost art in the NBA. So he can score the amount of points he scores without having to take 15, 16 threes. Cool. But like Kobe though, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on. Like, I love Book. I feel like he's going to be great in years to come, but like you said, Kobe was doing it on both ends of the floor. Years when he was doing it by himself, getting the Lakers to the playoffs, whether it was the 8th seed or not, like averaging 35, 36 points a game. Like that's a different breed. So that's a different breed. So, yeah.
All right, let's go back in time. I'm sorry, Marcus, you got to go first with this pain, and then I'll go next. But let's go back now to Game 7. That was on Saturday. The Nets went down to the Bucks. It was overtime Game 7, definitely a thriller. KD hit a shot with his foot on the line to send it to overtime to be a 2 instead of a 3. Could have potentially been a game winner, and then was basically out of gas. He played every minute in that game. But Marcus, you're the kind of the Nets representative on this panel. So what did you think? What were your thoughts?
Just that last shot, his foot was on line. Like everybody, Nets, we told y'all I was calm. All this, his foot is an inch on that line. His foot goes back. The series is over, and we're not talking about that. So that's what I'm just, I don't think they really wanted to play the overtime thing. I just think the overtime was coaching too. I think it showed Steve Nash. You're gonna have to get your coaching, kind of get a little tune up a little bit, because it was just
he just expected miracles and stuff.
Yeah, so to me, it is a little calmer too, a little bit, because like something they did some stuff, like kind of team up, like Blake Griffin, like playing hard and doing all that kind of stuff. So it does come back, but I don't really think it was calm. I just think that it just happened. The best thing I think they would do. The Bucks, they've been trying to get there the last 2 years, and it's like life. You keep on fighting. It's just gonna work for you. So I think this year it worked for them. And I actually picked the Nets to win. I say year 2. I say give them another year, but when they got James Harden, I was like, oh, they can win this year. So I think next year they'll be more together. They get a little more pieces, and I think they'll win next year. But it just didn't happen this year. So I think Kyrie, I don't know. He should have gave it a shot. I think. I don't know. He did. He stayed on the bench, but I don't know. I don't like sitting on the bench. You ain't been in other games. You shouldn't have been in the last game. You ain't like.
Yeah. And one quick note: they did their big 3 played 30 seconds together in that series altogether. So
really,
one way or another, they were never all together. So
wow. So
but that's exactly where I was gonna go when Marcus was finishing up. So play 30 seconds in that whole series together, and even throughout the entire season, I think they played a total of like 15 games together.
No,
like
7 games.
Was it 7? No. Was it a total of 7? I thought it was more than that.
No, them 3 together, they only played 7.
Yeah, see,
James Harden, he didn't finish the season, so he missed all those games. So
that's true. Yeah, I think I mentioned that at the very beginning of the season when we were talking about Nets winning. I was like, oh no, all 3 of them are pretty injury prone. KD's coming off that crazy injury, and you know what I mean. So I wasn't 100% ready to give it to him just because of that. I think that really showed up, you know, in the postseason. James didn't even look right. I know we tried to come back and like force it, but the hamstring, like you could just tell he wasn't even getting to the basket the way you know James Harden to get to the basket. You know what I mean?
It was all on KD.
Yeah, he was still on the outside and, you know, step back, still threes at the top. But I think a lot of that too goes into coaching. You know what I mean? Kyrie really messed up at the beginning of the year. He was talking about we don't really need coaching. You know what I mean? And I think that's false. KD shouldn't have had to play every single minute of that game. You know what I mean? I think he should, to get him out, to let him catch a breather. That 3 in overtime that he airballed, like I was just gassed. I was gassed out. Like KD doesn't airball threes like that. Like that was just gassed out.
It was defense too. They play great defense on them.
No, they did, but I just feel like. But again, that's a lot of minutes. You know what I mean for one person.
Yeah, you're right.
And I think that was the strategy, though. I think that was unfortunately Nash's strategy. Like, just hopefully KD's just gonna find a way to pull through, like, make it miraculous or have this performance. And that's kind of evident with the way he hugged him after the last one. Like it was like, it was just like, this is like, like it's on you, you know. So
but I don't know why they didn't play like Claxton and DeAndre Jordan more too. Like I think they could have slowed down. That's like fouls you can give to Giannis. Like they didn't really do. And another thing too, Giannis hit more free throws than he normally do. So he would have missed more than he normally does, and they would have won the game. But he knocked down some good. He knocked down some good shots. So
Giannis showed up. Like I can't. And one thing I do love about KD, you know, what I'm saying, is at the end of it, he said, "Let's make this story more about the Bucks winning than the Nets losing." I love when he came out and said that because Giannis did show up. He did show out, and he essentially got his team over the hump because not a lot of people thought that the Bucks were going to be able to beat the Nets, and he did it in 7 games. So. You know, shout out to the Bucks, man. Giannis really did.
I mean, he did make that shot down the stretch too, but
yeah. Anthony had a question, which I everybody keep on saying that, but I just think the difference of that question is I don't think LeBron ever played 2 games every minute of the thing. I think either. So that's my whole thing. I think he would. It probably would get on him, but I still don't think his situation probably might be a little different too. So. I think he did get a pass because the first finals he lost, he got a pass because nobody was there. You know, he gave all he had, but he didn't play like every minute of the game. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. I wouldn't compare those to get together, but I don't know.
Yeah, I also think he doesn't get the pass because he's the king. Like, so it's tough to be the king. We got high expectations. Everybody already kind of hates on KD and Loki anyway, so I don't know. It's not the same, but all right, so this other one was tough. Now,
this is the most surprising one to me.
So Sunday, you know, and I was with Pops. We had a beautiful Father's Day. We watched the 76ers game, but you know that's his squad. And man, this was just disappointing. You know, Trae Young did his thing down the stretch when we talked about he was. It was funny. We were watching the game, and he was not hitting in the first quarter. His numbers were poor, but he was still finding ways to impact the game. And I was just like, he's not going to keep missing forever. He came through when it was needed down the stretch. The Sixers, though, they had a stretch where they had like 3 or 4 stops in a row and did not score points in that last like 5 minutes of the game. So the biggest thing that everybody is roasting is Ben Simmons. There was that play where he basically is like underneath the basket. He can like dunk or lay it in, and he passed it to Thibault, and Thibault got fouled and only hit 1 free throw. That was tough. I did see a statistic too. Ben Simmons, like in the fourth quarter of all 7 games, he had no field goals. So
3 total shots in all 7 games.
In the fourth quarter. So I love Ben Simmons. I feel for him in the way he's getting dumped on, but at the end of the day too. I do think he has to do better, and we'll see. This is probably the final straw. There might be some changes, but I don't like the way his teammates kind of turned on him, and even Doc. Like, finally, now you're going to sit him with like 50 seconds left. It's like that's not the way to handle it, and it's not like these things were a surprise. So now in Game 7 with 1 minute left, you're going to act like it's all his fault. Right. That's the part that I don't like.
But one thing I think your dad, he brought up at the beginning of the playoffs, I thought they didn't do is play George Hill more. Right. I understand Ben Simmons is the guy, but you're the coach. you got to put the guy in there because he's proven he's been there, done that. I think you get fouled, he gonna hit his 3-pointers, he gonna hit his free throws. So
Right.
I think down the stretch and somebody like this to help out being a little bit, even though he's gonna have a little make his feelings hurt. But I think you play him a little bit more, George Hill. But honestly, this whole thing's happening with this. It happened. They can start burning jerseys and everything. I think it's gonna make him work on his game a little bit more. I think he's gonna definitely get better with this now because I think people need to be on his side, kind of be on his team. Like, hey, Ben, we're gonna get through this. You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
I think going somewhere else and then like in the summer work on your game and do it. I think he gonna be a great player. I think from this people that's on his kids right now, they're gonna be like, oh, remember when? But he'll be a better player. I think from this. I think he'll be okay.
I think so too, and it might need to change the scenery. You're right, because it's just this has been the conversation now after every postseason over and over. They keep going on the same story. So,
like you said, MB and the coach saying something like that, I don't want to come back there either. So,
and they asked him if he was a championship point guard before the game, and he said no.
Right now.
But that's before the game. I'm like, come on, dude.
That was before the game.
That was before Game 7.
Oh,
I thought it was after the game.
I thought too. Wow.
So we'll see how it goes, but I do think he'll be a better player for it. But I do think he is more talented than that. But approach him with care. I don't know. But
I think
Skizzy, I know that. We know you're pretty much on record, but I want to get your take on this real quick.
Yeah, you already know kind of like I've never once ever said that Ben Simmons is a bad player. I have said that he's a little overrated. I don't know. I don't know if Ben Simmons doesn't make all-star games for his ability to score. You know what I'm saying? Like he doesn't make all-star games for his ability to score. So I feel like you said, going into it, Doc should have been a little bit better in regards to Ben and what he does well. Like you said, you got to put in George Hill a little bit more to try to figure things out. I get it. But one thing that I can't really let go, and again, we don't really know if it's 100% accurate, but people close to the situation and Ben have said over the last 3 seasons, Ben does not work on his game in the offseason. So if that is true, again, we don't really know that to be true or not, but if it is, that's troubling because it literally is the one aspect of his game that's keeping him from legit superstar, in my opinion. You know what I mean? And
my comment on that is like, this is the perfect time for that to come out. I'm like, come on now. You're saying for the last 3 years this has been the reality and nobody said anything until right now?
Right. Right.
I don't know.
And I hear you on that, but the thing that kind of sucks is that it also hasn't showed. You know what I mean? Like for us to be like, it's coming out at the wrong times, but it's also you see players for example, like Giannis. Same thing. Couldn't shoot a jumper, to save his life the last couple of years. He's worked on it. Is he still a knockdown? Absolutely not. But he's worked on it. He's gotten better. His free throws are
he's going to shoot it. If he's going to airball it, not,
he's gotten confident enough in his shot because he's worked on it to shoot it. And I think Ben missing over 45 missed free throws in this series, that's tough.
God,
he shot 30% from free throw. You hit 50% of those, and you might win some of the games that you lost. You know what I'm saying? So I feel bad for him in the sense, like you said, everybody's coming down on, teammates included. Nobody on the 76ers really has a lot of faith in him right now, and I know they're disappointed how it ended. So that's why they're looking for a scapegoat, and Ben just happens to be that scapegoat. So I feel sorry for him because it wasn't all his fault. But I do think that he has played his last game in Philly. The only problem that really sucks about all of this too is his draft stock essentially has fallen. His trade stock. I'm sorry. His trade stock has fallen because of it.
I don't think so.
I do, and because I think it's fallen a little bit.
But he goes to the right situation.
Right? No. I agree with that. I agree with that. Right situation, 100%. But
think about it too. Think about it too. If you make an all-star team like that and you can't shoot, I'm gonna work on it for. I'm making all-star games. That's what I'm saying. That's how he's probably thinking. I'm doing this. I'm doing it right here. I'm good at this part. I'm good at passing. I play defense. So in his head, he thinking I ain't gotta work on it. I'm making all-star. That's true. He probably shouldn't be making an all-star team then. If that's the case of it, Right.
Well, like I said, he makes the all-star team for other things that he does. Definitely not shooting, and because the 76ers are winning with him, in the regular season. So
but I think he'll go to the right situation, and he don't have to shoot the ball. Then he'll still do what he's doing.
Right.
Yeah.
I actually think a good spot. I mean, it kind of sucks, but I think he'd be really good with. I honestly think he'd be good for with the Blazers, Lakers, or the Warriors. Honestly, but I feel like
the Warriors.
I think the Warriors too. But him and Draymond play so like they're down to the same player. You know what I mean?
Not really. I think they similar, but I think he can dish the ball. But the thing is, they got 2 draft picks. So,
no, 100%. Yeah.
First round. So hey,
that would be
Sixers.
interesting.
I think he'd be good on the Warriors. I think to me, like that'd be my first place for him to go.
With those shooters,
exactly with those shooters. Yeah, he's got 2 knockdowns. Like it's a wrap. And Draymond can focus more on playing defense now than having to bring the ball up. You know what I'm saying? So,
and the rest of them kind of play a good team defense, but Ben Simmons is a great defender. So
yeah,
that would be pretty interesting.
I had one last question. I don't know if possible you guys know, is it true or not? But is it true they could have traded straight up for James Harden in Houston? So it was true. So they could have did that.
Yeah.
You think it would work out better for them, the Sixers? You think they would got past this round, or with James Harden they had him? Saying he didn't get hurt. Or what you guys think? Yeah,
I 100% think James Harden there without. And that's the thing that sucks because it's like. Obviously, Coach Brown is not Doc Rivers, but it's like watching this series. You're like, as much as crap as we wanted to give him for like benching Ben and putting in McConnell, it's like it kind of justified it. You know what I mean? It was like, you know what I mean? It kind of justified it. It really does suck. Like I don't think negatively of Ben Simmons at all. It's just like that's the literally one aspect of his game that holds him back so much. And it's like, dude, you just fix that a little bit. You know what I'm saying? It's like, dude, you're going crazy places. You know what I'm saying? Like the Hawks.
Oh yeah, go ahead. What do you think about the Hawks?
Last thing to sum it up, I do want to give Hawks their credit. Trae Young figured it out. Dude averaged 30 and over 10 assists in the game, and he, like you said, in the seventh game, he shot horribly. I think going into the fourth quarter, he was like 2 for 17. You know what I mean? It ended like 5 for 20. With 20 points, like 13 assists or whatever. Like, he figured it out, hit the shots when he needed to. But, yeah, man, I still feel like the Hawks had no business beating them still. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I agree. I feel like if the 76ers handled their business, they should have swept them. Like,
right.
But you got to give the Hawks credit for being in there, coming back from 20-point leads, or 20 points behind in multiple games in that series. So they hung in there. And
so Alex, you think it's rebuild for the Sixers, or go get somebody?
They're probably going to make a trade and blow it up. Yeah, okay. I think so. I feel like based on what's going on right now, I feel like that's what's probably going to happen. Even though I don't know how I feel about it though, because it's hard for me to say like, no, I'll try it one more time, because I've been saying that for multiple years in a row now. So, and it hasn't worked out. It hasn't been different. I thought Doc would make more of an impact. He didn't really do any adjustments.
You say rebuild, like blow it up. I mean, getting rid of Embiid too.
Well, actually, I shouldn't say blow it up. I guess retool. Okay. I think that they will trade Ben Simmons, see what they can get from him. Maybe some player that can go along Embiid. Maybe somebody more that's like a pick and roll, like a scoring threat in the pick and roll, and then just do that.
Like see Dame go over there.
That would be cool, but I don't think they would give him up. I feel like they would try to do Ben Simmons for CJ McCollum.
That's what I think. Yeah, I feel like.
And then let Ben Simmons play power forward for them, basically, and let Dame run the point, and just do what you're best at until you can do more.
I think it'd be kind of more of a straight up too.
Is it a straight up though? Ben for McCollum?
See, I don't think CJ McCollum's enough, but that's what the rumor is that would
because
be
McCollum hasn't got to the next level. He always kind of like he peaked a little bit. So
yeah,
because if he would play like he's supposed to play, I think they get out that first round. But I don't know. We'll see, man.
Yeah, we'll definitely see what happens with that. Looking forward to this Bucks Hawks series. I am interested to see what happens, but I think anything's possible at this point.
For real.
I think the Bucks should win.
I wouldn't say. I think they finally met that match. I think the Knicks was okay, cool. 76ers they didn't do, but Giannis about to eat.
I think so. But I don't know.
And Trey, you got Drew Holiday holding you now, so it's gonna be because you had Ben Simmons, so-called, So we'll see. But like you said, I think they get one game. But I think that team played great defense. And they gonna get with it, man. So I don't know.
Yeah,
Chris Middleton stepped up finally too. Like we've been waiting to see this too. So So we'll
I
see.
still like what Drew Holiday's been doing. You know what I mean? Like he actually had a really tough game 7.
But he hit those 5 shots. Those 2 shots at the end was so crucial. I was like, why you want to hit now? Like that was that 3 and that 2 like perfect at the perfect time. I was like,
I told you. I was like, he will be the difference in the Bucks this year, man. Like we already know we're gonna get a Giannis and Middleton. And I
he
think
was 2 for 18 until he did that. He hit the perfect shots.
Started hitting those shots. He did that little spin around layup too. Like, yeah, he hit some crucial shots at the end. And I think it's like I said, I think it's one of those things too, where it's like those are shots that Eric Bledsoe doesn't hit. You know what I mean? So I feel like and defensively too. Like Drew's, he made all NBA defense. You know, so one of those players who just kind of do it all a little bit. So. I think having him going against Trey is actually going to be real beneficial for the Bucks. I got Bucks in 6, and that's being real generous.
Yeah, I think I do have the Bucks as well. That series does start tomorrow. But props to Trae Young for getting his team to the Eastern Conference Finals too. That's dope.
Right. We gotta start talking about him a little bit more, man. He's been hooping. I gotta give it to him.
Yeah. The Suns are up 34-31 in Game 2 against the Clippers, but that's a close game, still in the second quarter.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at with that.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We might have to.
They said today that those 4 teams haven't the Bucks haven't won since 71. The Hawks, I think they said they never won, right?
Right. I think the Bucks are the only one that has won.
Yeah.
So okay.
Yeah, the Suns, Clippers, and Hawks have never won a championship, and the Bucks won it back in the day.
Yeah, like in the 70s or something like that, right? It was like
I think they said that did the Hawks win like in 58 or something like that? I think they like in 58 or something like that. They said
it was deep. It was deep.
I know you said 1958. 1958.
Yeah. Damn. I think it was 2 teams who has won one, but I think they said one that didn't. Is it okay if we just touched on like the first 3, like the draft picks that got did today? The what you call it, lottery got picked today.
Oh,
did you see that?
No, yeah, I didn't see that.
I texted to you. I texted to you.
Oh, my bad.
So they did it. I thought it was like gonna be on the weekend. I know it's gonna be on a big Tuesday. I was like surprised they did that.
Oh, got you. So wait, they did the top 14?
No, they did type 14. So that's why I got the 2 draft picks from the first round from the Warriors. I was like, how they did it again?
Yeah,
they did it again. So the Pistons got the number 1 pick. So
Pistons got the number 1 pick. So it goes Pistons, Rockets, Cavaliers, Raptors, and Magic for the top 5. This is pretty interesting.
So the kid from Oklahoma State, is he definitely gonna go number 1?
I think so.
Okay. I never watched him, so I didn't know he was that good.
We're gonna have to do some draft prep for sure because I feel like this year I'm all over the place with college basketball. Like,
got it.
Man. And I feel as like there was like really good teams, but as far as like the really good, like the best players go, like that's different. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see anybody from Gonzaga going first. You know what I mean? Like, I just don't.
Yeah, but that'll definitely be interesting to see, and we're gonna have to check and see if they do a summer league again.
They said it's coming back. I seen it. They said definitely bringing it back. Yeah, we're opening up, baby. It's opening up.
Yeah,
for real.
Yeah, things are back moving. That's for sure. But no, I think we might actually wait on other sports and this or that this week. We're approaching our hour already, and a lot of that stuff will hold. I'm gonna go ahead and bring this down though, but I definitely wanted to go deep dive on the NBA because it has been pretty crazy, and especially too with Chris Paul going out. On the COVID protocol and with Kawhi being out, it's like those are 2 superstars you want to see in there. Those are 2 stars you want to see in there. So,
did you guys think that was fair happening to Chris Paul? Was that like okay to do that?
Well, you can't change the rules just because of poor timing. I mean,
so how come they said the thing with LeBron? He didn't get. He still got to play. What was the difference between him and LeBron getting?
Well, LeBron didn't test positive though.
Oh, so he had COVID then.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But he's asymptomatic apparently for so far, which is great because that's the only thing I was hoping is that he doesn't get like too sick or like have to build his stamina back up. He's not playing tonight, but
okay.
but
I read that wrong. They said he had got the vaccine, so I thought he didn't have the COVID. I thought he went somewhere. Or
no,
something.
it wasn't like a violation. It was like he tested positive.
Okay. Nah,
So that's why he was automatically out for a certain amount of time.
Got it.
Speaking of LeBron, did y'all see his latest tweet?
No.
All right, so here's the thing. So y'all already know me and A-Dub are on record. It's not that we don't like LeBron. We just this man sometimes can be real frustrating because of how great he's supposed to be, right? Like this dude came out and tweeted, he said, "Never thought I'd be talking from this perspective, but I'm not really sure what else you expected when the higher ups have all come together as a collective with conspiracies to end my run and send me a message."
What do you mean, like a real message, or just saying?
He's basically saying like conspiracies of like the higher ups, like the NBA, like conspired against him.
But those might be rap lyrics though. That sounds like some lyrics though.
I don't know, like but
I think LeBron might be spitting right there.
He might be spitting something. I don't know.
But he know he lost because AD got hurt. I don't know why you can't.
There's no conspiracy.
They can't make him. Oh, we're gonna make you get hurt, AD. We're gonna pray or something.
There's no conspiracy.
I know. I was just cracking up. So I was just like, dog. You've been out since the first round. Like, just sit down and relax.
We gotta make sure those are real. Like, we gotta make sure.
That's what I'm saying. We gotta Google that. Put that in Shazam. It'll pop up. That'll pop up with the new Jay-Z. Maybe it's something that's not out yet.
that new hotness.
But one thing I did want to know on the Lakers real quick before we wrap this up is though that they are not renewing their contract with their trainer. And their trainer, man, I love that chick. Like she was so cool. But you know what? When I sat back and thought about it, I'm like, we talked about it, and AD had no business playing in that game, and she was a part of that. So,
and they never stayed healthy though. Like KCP kept on getting hurt. It just like certain things.
There's something going on. And ever since Gary Vitti was there for 20 years. He was basically there at Kobe's run, basically.
Right. Is that the bald head guy?
Yeah, and ever since him, they promoted one guy. It didn't really work out. Then this lady's been there for 2 years, but they got to find somebody solid.
So it's guaranteed she's out?
Her contract was ending, and they said they're not going to renew it.
Okay.
They'd have to fire her, but it's a gentle letdown,
Yeah.
But before we take this down, though, did we? No, okay. You take it off. I'm saying, do we do our picks? Like who we got winning, or we gotta wait?
Oh, let's go ahead and do our next round. Well, we can go all the way if you want. What do you got? You got the Bucks on the right.
Suns, Bucks.
Bucks
winning 6.
Okay.
I got Suns, Bucks. I got Suns in 6.
Ooh. Yeah. I think it's gonna be Suns, Bucks as well, but I think it's going to be the Bucks.
Wait. Suns going to win. I'm going to put that karma on. Suns win.
Okay. Put the karma on.
Yeah. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry if it's people on here, Suns fans, but I really hate the Suns. I don't know why I hate the Suns so much. I really don't like the Suns.
They make it easy.
And I try to like Ayton and Booker. I try, but I don't like them. Like I really don't like the Suns.
I don't know.
They never win. I don't know if it's the fans because I live here or something, but they deserve it. They do deserve a ring. They try, but I don't know. I try to get some Sun stuff and wear it. I hate the Suns. I just don't. I won't say hate.
It is what it is. You ain't got to
like them, man.
You ain't got to it is what it is.
So my guy right here, Toronto. He's a Phoenix native. He's a big Suns fan. And it's crazy. He caught me. I did my story where I had some throwback Suns shirts on. He was like, "You could be wearing those Suns jerseys." But I try. It's my warm. They lose. But I always forget. Like today, I can't wear them now because
it's too late.
Hey, Toronto, they yours. I'm gonna bring them to you. They yours. You can have them.
I'm gonna need them. Come about them short.
But I wore them when they lost to the Lakers those 2 times. They lost. But I forgot to wear them again. Like today, it's too late to put them on. But
yeah,
I just like. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna put them on. What we got for you?
You might have to see. They might have some juju left. I don't know. But no, I mean, it is the things like. I mean, I definitely think that the things that the funny thing is like James Jones. I really respect that dude. And he's doing
exactly.
Monty Williams. When they hired him, we talked about that's a great move. Yeah. When they got Chris Paul, so I'm like, it's coming together. But at the end of the day, it's the things like the fighting. It's the things like the other stuff. It's like. Those are the things that kind of are a little bit of a turnoff, but they're doing well, and and they're definitely legitimate contenders. So
They playing good defense. Bridges is surprised. I thought Bridges was on kind of top out, but he's still playing well. Carr's playing well. And Cameron Payne, that's the only dude I do like. I like him in OKC, but that dude, he's doing this thing. Though. I can't lie about that. But
it's
overall,
so funny though. Somebody said he looks like Ratatouille. Or
oh yeah,
I thought that wasn't right.
The ball movement though for the Suns has been A1. Like the open shots that everybody is getting, like not just particular players, like the open shots like has been insane.
Does Cameron Payne get a contract, you think, y'all? After how he played this year?
I hope so. That's a good check.
You said fastest splitter. God, man. Come on, man. Oh, that's terrible. But Cam, shout out Cam. If I see him, I'll buy Cam a drink. You know what I'm saying? But he cool peoples. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I think the Suns, if they win it, they I guess they do deserve it. But I don't know. I live here. I'm about to deal with that, man. So
it's gonna be tough. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be a lot. But no, if they do win it, they deserve it for sure. But Giannis, we'll see. 2-time MVP, and he said it doesn't matter. It's not what it's about, and they've gotten over the hump. So we'll see how they carry that forward. It'll be an interesting matchup. I do have to say though, I wish that Kawhi was healthy. Even though I don't want the Clippers to win, I don't like the Clippers. Like Kawhi, exactly. Like Kawhi would probably handle that business. Maybe he would help at least. But we'll see, because I just want to see fully fledged basketball at this point. I want it to be everybody out there. So.
But one thing next year, basketball, if they stay healthy, it's gonna be some good stuff next year. It's
gonna be wide open, because even the some of these people that didn't make it, the Warriors that didn't even make the playoffs, and some of these different teams, that are gonna be retooling and getting better. So
did you see Clay? He posted today.
Yeah, he was out shooting. Yeah. I really want to see that guy playing again. That's my favorite guy.
I know, man. I just felt bad for him.
My favorite player on the Warriors, man. My favorite player on the Warriors. Like, I know we all love Steph, but like, I don't know. Something about Clay. I've
always liked him better than Steph, like for sure. Oh, Kelly said the Suns would make up for breaking my heart years ago.
Wait, Kelly, is she a Suns fan? How?
Well, not really, but. She was around. She was around, like we talked about. She was in the parade when they went to the Western Conference Finals with Charles Barkley, Dan Marley, and Kevin Johnson style. So,
but she's a Laker or Sixer first, though, right?
Yeah, I think she's a Laker now. I'm pretty sure.
Right. I'll just kind of be disappointed. I was about to say, Kelly, I don't know, man, what's going on?
Yeah, but she's definitely I think she's a Laker now.
Okay,
we kind of switched over because. I don't know, but it is funny. We'll see, but the Suns are definitely doing their thing. One last update on that too. It's now 46-43, closing towards the end of the second quarter. So it looks like it's a close game.
Yeah, shout out to Ugly Man too. Patrick Beverly playing good. He be playing like an old Pat. So Pat B's he's playing well. So we see he keep that up, So we'll see.
We'll see. But yeah, I'm trying to stay interested. For sure. But I think we might leave it there. Let me just check. I wanted to double check that most of the other sports stuff can wait. Nothing too crazy. A hockey update real quick. The Canadians and the Vegas Knights are 2-2, and then the Tampa Bay Lightning are up 3-2 over the Islanders. The Islanders, they got beat down. It was like 7-0 or 8-0.
So they're not in the Stanley Cup yet, though. They in the
so it's still the Final Four, yeah.
Four, okay. Yeah. So you got Vegas coming out of there, you think? Or
I think so. I thought so. But the Canadians are looking pretty good. But I have Vegas going. But Tampa Bay Lightning is coming for the repeat. So
they won last year.
They won it last year.
Oh shoot!
So and most of that team is still together. So yeah. Baby Kelly was not a fan anymore. Was a fan, not anymore. Thoughts on tainted pork? I don't know what that is.
What is that? Tainted pork.
I don't know. Something happened that we didn't know about.
I'll mess with
I don't know.
Anyway, so
I don't know. So shout out to my boy won US Open this weekend. John Rahm. Yeah.
John Rahm. He had birdies on the final two holes to close it out. Yeah. There was a lot of players that were in contention, but it was a tough course, and he stuck it out. So
I wonder to ask. Hopefully, I get to ask somebody that's like a golfer. I wanted to ask him because he finished before the last guy that was up. So I wanted to ask him: is it more pressure on the guy that's playing because he's down right now because he had 3 more holes to go, or it just maybe just nerves got to him? Because I wonder how did that work out? Because Ron finished and he was just waiting to see if he's gonna win now. But the guy just he bumped the next 2 holes. I was like, oh man, I feel bad for him.
That is more pressure, I feel.
Yeah,
because I mean, I feel like it's more pressure on you performing if you know, oh, I gotta birdie out or I gotta do this or that. But it sucks. It's more like nerve wracking if you're already in the clubhouse because you can't control it.
Yeah,
so
he
so
could
at the end of the
he
day,
was like walking around and everything going. He was trying to keep going.
So
but
I feel
he
like
did respect him though, because he started warming up for the playoff. If he had to do a playoff, so he started warming up just in case. So that was cool. But those 2 birdies he hit was big, 2 big birdies, man.
That was big. And I think that there's more pressure on that, but I'd rather have that pressure. I'd rather be in a position to like know what you have to do.
Okay.
But so my sister said that runner, she said, how do I know about this? So I did go pull this thing up real quick. It's a star runner. She says she ate a tainted pork burrito and that led to her positive banned substance test. So she tested positive, and now she's saying it's because of the tainted pork that she ate. She's not going to the Tokyo Games. That's interesting.
That sucks.
It has high levels of nandronolone, whatever that means.
So there's a Tokyo Olympic starts in July, or is it?
It starts soon.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so it's going forward, and so all the the U.S. trials are finishing up right now to decide who's going to go. So that's something we'll have to check out. I always get excited for the Olympics for maybe 10 minutes, and then I'm like, oh yeah, we're going on. You know what I mean? It's one of those things, but I mean we'll check it out though. Definitely, I'll probably watch some of the basketball.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, definitely.
So, but yeah, everything else I feel like we're good. I feel like we'll go ahead and wrap it up. I do want to say thank you to all our slackers. Pop says don't ever blame Boyd. Oh, that's too funny. But yeah, that was funny though. I don't know. I feel like that's kind of, they could have come up with a better excuse probably than that. But definitely want to say thank you to everybody rocking with us. We still got more this or that. We still got more digital trading cards to open up. So we'll be doing that on future episodes. But yeah, we're keeping it moving, marching towards episode 100. The countdown is on.
Man.
I got the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. No real significance other than I've been waiting to bring him out. He's pretty dope. So that's the couch guest today. And yeah, I think that's pretty much about it. You guys have anything for final say?
No, that's not really.
All right, cool. Well, get ready for that countdown to 100. We're definitely gonna have some things in store, and I got to talk to both of y'all about some of these crazy ideas I've been cooking up. But other than that, for our girl Myra, the permanent special guest, we'll be hearing from her soon too. Definitely give a shout out to her. And yeah, we'll be back next week with episode 96. But that was episode 95 of Say Like a Champ. It's your boy A-Dub.
It's Trizio.
Taco Tuesday. I don't know. I was trying to think of something.
Just not pork tacos.
No pork tacos. Don't put that pork in the tacos. Trust me. Don't do it.